சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சுங்க.
Hello students, good afternoon to all. Welcome to Future Vision Neet and JEE Academy. இன்னைக்கு நாம நியூரல் கண்ட்ரோல் அண்ட் கோஆர்டினேஷன் உடைய டெஸ்ட் உடைய क्वेश्चन பேப்பர் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண போறோம். சோ இதுல வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन ப்ளே பார்த்தோம்னா body coordination is maintained by the first line வந்து நம்மளுடைய intro பார்ட்ல நம்மளுடைய நியூரல் கண்ட்ரோல் அண்ட் கோஆர்டினேஷன்க்கே வந்து நம்மளுடைய பாடி ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே வந்து கண்ட்ரோல் கோஆர்டினேட் பண்றதே நம்மளுடைய நியூரல் சிஸ்டம் அண்ட் தி எண்டோக்ரைன் சிஸ்டம். So what are the options given here னு பார்க்கலாம். Body coordination is maintained by nervous system, first one. Second is the excretory system. Third, endocrine, and the fourth is the neuroendocrine system. So the obviously the answer வந்து fourth option. That is the neuroendocrine system. They both together integrate to coordinate all our body functions. One second, friends. So this is the answer. Then the second, the basic unit of the nervous system is the basic question. That is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Yaar, obviously the neurons. Fourth option. Hope all of you have done the right answer. Then the next one. Third question, which of the following systems transmit impulse from CNS to involuntary organs and smooth muscles? The smooth muscles is the key word here. So if it becomes smooth muscles, not a autonomic neural system. Autonomic neural system. Then the next one, unipolar neuron or the unipolar nerve cell. Nerve cell is also called as the neuron. Means what is that? The nerve cell without a dendron. Unipolar means only one axon is there, no dendron is there. So the right option is the third question. Third option is the right one. That is the nerve cell without dendrons. Dendrons சொல்றோம்னா dendrite சொன்னாலும் same தான். சரிங்களா? அடுத்து வந்து which of the following cells form myelin sheet around the axon. Axon சுத்தி எந்த myelin sheet வந்து எது வந்து உருவாக்குது ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுதுன்னு பார்த்தா obviously the squamous cell. So third option is the correct one. So next question, this is related with the reflex action. Which of the following diagrams correctly represent the flow of information through the nervous system? Nervous system வழியா என்ன information வந்து flow எந்த மாதிரி கரெக்டான direction எது அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. So first வந்து the receptors in the sensory organs take the receive the stimuli and they send the stimuli through the sensory nerves to the CNS, and from the CNS what happens? The motor nerves sensory pathway carries the signals from the receptors. So the first option is the correct one. Okay, அடுத்தது a polarized neuron is said to be in polarized. The keyword is here the polarized. So polarized that is in the resting potential. So axon membrane la pathomna வெளிய plus that is the positive charge இருக்கும். அதே வந்து axoplasm la inner of the axon உள்ளார வந்து பாத்தோம்னா it will be in the negative charge. That is called as the equal positive and negative charge will be present. So hence that stage is called as the polarized stage. So for the potential என்ன இருக்குன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா obviously the resting potential. So option 2 is the right answer for this. Then the eighth question, a segment of neural membrane showing action potential is said to be action potential எப்போ வந்து உருவாகுது அப்படினு பார்த்தா obviously நார்மலா அதோட 4 steps நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். Generation and conduction of nerve impulses. என்னன்னா first one the resting potential nerve impulse. After the stimuli action potential occurs, that is depolarization occurs, then the repolarization, and finally the return of the resting potential. So அப்படி பார்த்தோம்னா இது கேன்சர் வந்து action potential நானே depolarized state. Okay, so the next one, the hind brain develops into which structure? அதாவது hind brain ல என்னென்ன parts இருக்கு அப்படினு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So hind brain is composed of what are the things, what are the parts? Cerebellum, pons and the medulla oblongata. So the medulla is here, pons, cerebellum, all the parts are here. So the option is fourth one, all the things. Then the 10th question, the correct sequence meninges from inner to outer side. You should be careful with this word. Inner to outer side கேட்காங்களா இல்ல from outer side to inner side னு கேட்காங்களான்னு பார்த்துட்டு you have to answer, you have to choose the correct one. So from outer side to coming to the outer side to inner side of the meninges layer னு பார்த்தா the outer layer is first one durameter, then the middle layer is the arachnoid, and the third is the inner layer is the pyometer. This is from the outside to inner. They have asked the viewers there is the inner to outside. So there is pyometer, arachnoid, and the outer layer is durameter. So here third option, okay, pyometer, arachnoid, and the durameter is the correct answer. Then the 11th question, the medulla, inner part of cerebral hemisphere consists of. Medulla here represents the inner part of the cerebral hemisphere, not the medulla oblongata. Okay, so the inner part of the cerebral hemisphere is white in color, white matter. Okay, then 12th question, hypothalamus once again. So the hypothalamus does not control. So we should be familiar with what are the functions of hypothalamus to answer this question, isn't it? என்னன்னா இதுக்கு functions இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறது தெரிஞ்சாதான் இது என்ன function பண்ணல அப்படிங்கிறது நமக்கு தெரிய வரும். So நான் இதோடைய hypothalamus உடைய functions என்ன அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா நமக்கு first one urge to eat, drink எல்லாமே வந்து it regulates. Okay, then it acts as a thermoregulator. This our body temperature is controlled, regulated by the hypothalamus. The third one is it has a neurosecretory cells, so hence it can produce the hormones. Okay, either statin hormones or the trophic hormones. So from this நம்ம இப்ப சொன்னது லைன் இருக்கான்னு பார்க்கலாமா? Thermoregulation is there. So thermoregulation is the feature function of hypothalamus. Okay, then the second one produces hormones. Yes, obviously. Then the urge for eating and drinking. Yes. So these three are the functions of hypothalamus. So what is does not control? It does not control the creative thinking and consciousness. So creative thinking and consciousness is not the function of this hypothalamus means who controls his thinking and all, the cerebellum. Okay, so then the next one, 13th, the inner parts of cerebral hemisphere and a group of associated deep structures like amygdala, hippocampus, etc. form a complex structure that is inner cerebral hemisphere inner part, that is medulla இருக்கக்கூடிய amygdala and hippocampus ரெண்டையும் சேர்த்து நாம என்ன சிஸ்டம்னு சொல்லுவோம்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So what is that? The option is the obviously the third one, limbic lobe or the limbic system. So what does it do? This limbic system regulates or maintains or controls the behavior and the emotions of a person. Okay, we are moving to the 14th question. The brainstem includes, the brainstem comprises what are the things that are what are the components involved in the brainstem. Comprise the brainstem and the midbrain, the pons and the medulla of the hindbrain. Okay, so here pons medullary economy. I mean, but the pons and medulla are the parts of the hindbrain, isn't it? So we have to choose here which one, the midbrain and the hindbrain only. Okay, midbrain and the hindbrain. Hindbrain la endha rendu parts, pons and the medulla oblongata. Okay, so the 15th question, the name of nervous band connecting the cerebral hemisphere. So the cerebrum is divided longitudinally. It is being the largest part of the brain. The cerebrum is divided into two parts. That is longitudinal like this. So it is connected inwards. That is inferior. Inferior. It is connected. These two fissures, these two parts, hemispheres are connected through a nerve fiber tract called as the corpus callosum. So the answer and the correct option is second one, corpus callosum. Okay. So the next one, 16th question, which of the following statement is false? The statement wise question is here. The new first one, we just we have to read it out. எல்லாம் கரெக்ட், எது false னு மட்டும் தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. இல்ல அப்பனா we have to eliminate. And the true one, the neural system provides an organized network of point to point. Yes, it is correct. Point to point connection for a quick coordination. Yes, obviously it is correct. Then the second one, the endocrine system provides chemical integration through hormones. Yes, endocrine system means it is concerned with the secretion of hormones. Then the next one, the third one, the neural organization is very complex in lower invertebrates. Wait, I will say. Then the fourth one, the human neural system includes CNS and PNS. Yes, the neural system is broadly divided into two parts, CNS and the PNS. But here, what is given in the third option, it may be false because the neural organization is very complex in lower invertebrates. No. It is simple in the lower invertebrates. Because, for example, one example we can see in Hydra, it contains the network of neurons. There is no brain or ganglia, nothing. The network of neurons. So, the right option, which is statement is false. The third option is the right one. Okay, then next is 17th question. Which of the following is correct? So previous question, which of the following is the statement is a false statement. Now we are going to analyze which is the true statement. Correct. Okay. CNS. The CNS includes brain and spinal cord. Yes, obviously. Then the CNS is the site of information processing and control. Yes. PNS comprises all the nerves of the body associated with CNS. Yes, obviously, because PNS comprises brain and spinal cord, whereas the peripheral nervous system, that is the PNS, comprises all the nerves that arise from the cranium, that is the brain cord and the spinal cord. So these these three statements are true. So the answer is, which is correct? All the statements are correct. The fourth option is the right one. Okay. So the 18th question பார்க்கலாம். Function of the axon. Axon உடைய function என்ன அப்படி கேக்குறாங்க. So what is the function of an axon? What is the function of a neuron? It can It can receive and it can transmit the stimulus nerve impulses, isn't it? So in the case axon function enna, it can take the impulses away from the cyton. Cyton la irundhu எடுத்துட்டு போகும் outwards the cyton. இந்த cyton la irundhu axon valiya impulses போகும். So it can take away the impulses, the nerve impulses from the cyton towards the dendrite and towards the, and it can transmit from one neuron to another. Okay, so the right option is second one, take impulses away from cyton. Then the next one, pick out the correct combination, that is we have to match it. Match பண்ணனும் இந்த क्वेश्चनக்கு. Listen here, unipolar neuron. Okay, so neuron la நமக்கு தெரியும் three types இருக்குது. Based on the number of axon and the dendrites, the neuron is divided into three types. One is the unipolar, first one, the second one bipolar neuron, and third one another multipolar neuron. Okay, so unipolar neuron எங்க இருக்குது, where it is present அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா unipolar means what, only one axon is there and no dendrite is there. Bipolar means one axon and one dendrite comprising இருக்கும், அதான் bipolar neuron. Multipolar neuron என்ன பார்த்தோம்னா one axon, more than two dendrites are there. Okay, so where it is present அப்படினு பார்த்தா unipolar neuron எங்க இருக்கும், embryonic stageல. அதே bipolar neuron, we have two eyes, so bipolar neuron is present in the retina of our eyes. Then the next one, multipolar neurons are present in the cerebral cortex. Okay, so now we have to choose the option, correct option, match it. So unipolar neuron is present in the embryonic stage. So for A one, the two option. Where is the two option? We can eliminate these two things, isn't it? So A was the second option from among these three and four. Then bipolar neuron where it is present in the retina of eye. So weak 3. So we can cancel this also. So obviously the fourth option, C1, multipolar neuron is present in the cerebral cortex. So option is the fourth option is the correct one. Okay. Then the next question. Yes. What generally maintains the electrical charge across the neural membrane? What generally maintains the electrical charge across the neural membrane? Which pump maintain? Edu vandu maintain பண்றதுக்கு எந்த pump is very important அப்படினு பார்த்தா the sodium potassium pump. Why? Because in the normally in a cell membrane, whatever the cell membrane comprises three types of that is varies the three types of channels. There is one is the sodium channel, and another one is the potassium channel, and third one is the sodium potassium pump or the sodium potassium channel. Okay, so these three channels are selectively permit the specified ions in and out of the cell. For what? To maintain the ionic balance or the electrolytic balance or the pH or the osmotic balance of the cell of the body. Okay, so here across the neuronal membrane it is asked. So we know during the generation and conduction la pathomna நமக்கு என்ன தெரியுதுன்னு பார்த்தோம்னா resting potential வரும். இது வந்து zero state வச்சிட்டோம்னா action potential, then the இதுல வந்து action potential depolarization ஆகும், then the repolarization, and finally the reversal, the returning to the resting potential. This should be maintained. Okay, here what they have asked, it maintains the electric charge. Which pump helps in maintaining the electric charge? Finally means that is the sodium potassium pump. Through this and the last final step of the conduction of the impulse line when the sodium potassium pump, that is a pump in the sense it needs ATP for the movement of the ions in and out of the cell. Okay, so the sodium potassium channel gets open simultaneously. It allows the sodium and potassium through it. மூணு sodium வெளியேறிச்சுனா ரெண்டு potassium வந்து உள்ள வரும். இப்படி இருக்கும்போது தான் நமக்கு வந்து இந்த நியூரோனல் மெம்பரேன் உடைய electrical charge வந்து என்ன ஆகும், மெயின்டைன் ஆகும். ஃபர்தரா அது வந்து ரெஸ்டிங் பொசிஷனுக்கு மெயின்டைன் ஆகும். இல்ல அதுக்காக தான் இந்த சோடியம் பொட்டாசியம் பம்ப் உடைய வேலை ரொம்ப முக்கியமா வைட்டலா இருக்குது. So the answer is first one, the sodium potassium pump. Okay, so the next one, first question, Nerve impulse is generated when the nerve cell undergoes. Nerve impulse is generate ஆகுது அங்க வந்து ஸ்டிமுலேட் வந்திருக்கு அங்க வந்து ஜெனரேட் ஆகுதுன்னா இம்பல்ஸ்னாலே ஆக்ஷன் பொட்டன்ஷியல் தான் இல்லையா so the action potential is otherwise that is called as the nerve impulse அங்க நடக்குதுன்னு என்ன அர்த்தம் ரெஸ்ட்ல இருக்கும்போது nerve impulse இருக்குமா no when the charge becomes reverse that is a depolarized ஆகிறது தான் நாம வந்து என்னன்னு சொல்றோம் this is said to be in the nerve impulse is generated. So depolarized state la the nerve impulse is generated nu solrom. So the option is the second option, depolarization. Okay. When we say it as a depolarization state, when the nerve impulse is generated nu sonale that is depolarization. Ange vandu stimuli vandirukanaala the depolarization. What is the depolarization? The sodium which is outside the, that is like this, it will be in the normal resting potential, it will be like this now. Yes. Sodium ions will be in the outer membrane and the inside of the axon la வந்து potassium ions இருக்கும். So இப்போ வந்து இது resting potential இருக்கும்போது when there occurs a stimuli, it converts into the action potential. Action potential என்ன ஆகும்னாக்கா depolarization ஆகும். Depolarization is அப்படியே reverse ஆகும். The sodium influx, the sodium gets inside the cell creating a negative charge outside and the positive charges inside the cell. Okay, that is point to point in each point. So hence this part, this at this stage it is called as action potential AP. So this action potential occurs now, it is obviously the depolarized state. Depolarization occur agirukku. Okay, so the answer is for this 21st question is the depolarization. Action potential இருக்குது அப்புறம் வந்து generate nerve impulse generate ஆகுதுனா these are the two keywords. We should choose the depolarization option. Okay, so then the 22nd question பார்த்தோம்னா which of the following statement is incorrect about the cortex of the cerebral cortex வந்து இது தப்பான content அதாவது statement கேக்குறாங்க. It consists of gray matter. Yes, cortex la வந்து அதாவது outer layer தான் cortex. So outer one cortex is gray and the inner medulla is in white. Then next the second option பாருங்க, it consists of white matter. I will say the answer. Then the third one, it shows prominent folds. Yeah, prominent folds இருக்கும். cerebrum உடைய மெயினான feature என்னன்னு பார்த்தா it contains many folds, that is the sulci and the gyri folds. These folds can accommodate more folds. நிறைய folds இருந்துச்சுன்னா நிறைய intelligence இருக்கிறது. It can accommodate more amount of neurons. So these neurons can pass the nerve impulses in a faster rate. Okay, so அதனால இந்த foldings இருக்குது. கண்டிப்பா cerebrumல foldings இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி cerebrumலயுமே இருக்கு, cerebrumலயும் இருக்கும். நாம இங்க பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது cerebrum. So cerebrum contains folds or not? Yes, prominent folds are there. Okay, so this is also correct. Then it contains motor areas, sensory areas, association areas. Yes, it contains motor areas, sensory areas and the association areas are present there. So this is also correct. Wrong option, incorrect option is that it consists of white matter. White matter is present in the inner part of the cerebrum. Okay, that is the cerebral medulla la irukum. So the right option is the option number 2 for this question. So we are going to the next question. Okay, so myelinated fibers of the tract forms. Which one myelinated? Of the tract forms, where it is present we should know first. So these myelinated tract fibers are present in the inner, that is the medulla of the cerebrum. Medulla of the cerebrum. So now in the previous question itself we saw the cerebral cortex contains gray matter, isn't it? So inner medulla contains the white. So where these myelin fiber tracts are present, எங்க இருக்குது? அதாவது inner medulla region தான் இருக்குது. So it is in the it forms the white matter only, not the gray matter. Gray matter is concerned with the cerebral cortex. Then 24th question, which of the following statements or structures is not correct about the midbrain? So see here, so brain comprises three parts, forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain, isn't it? So forebrain comprises what are the things, what are the parts comprised of forebrain? Cerebrum, then the thalamus and the hypothalamus. So midbrain is present in between hypothalamus and the pons. Okay, so there is a HMP. So it is present in between hypothalamus of the forebrain and the pons of the hindbrain. Okay, so with the midbrain where it is situated. So it comprises what? In further, two things we should be having in mind. There is a cerebral aqueduct passes through the as it is a canal that passes in the midbrain. It carries CSF, cerebral aqueduct. It carries CSF. எதுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போய் கொடுக்குது? CSF to the spinal cord. Okay students, next வந்து பாத்தோம்னா another one part what is present here பார்த்தோம். Corpora quadrigemina. Corpora quadrigemina. Okay, so now we are coming to the this part. This is a quadrigemina weight. We'll say quadrigemina பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா four lobes are there in pairs. Two lobes, two upper lobes, the superior colliculae, and two lobes, inferior lobes, that is the inferior colliculae. Okay, so these upper lobes comprise that is regulate the reflex vision, and the two inferior lobes comprise that is regulate the reflex auditory. That is the reflex hearing. Now we are coming to this options, which is the following statements is not correct, that is incorrect. It is located between the thalamus. We should strike out this hypothalamus and pons. Yeah, it is correct only. Has arborvitae and say has a canal, cerebral aqueduct. Yes, it is a canal. The cerebral aqueduct is a canal. Its dorsal part consists of four lobes. Yes, quadrant, corpora, quadrigemina. So these three things are correct. True about the midbrain. Only one thing we don't know about this, we have not came across this word in the midbrain, is the arborvitae. பத்தி நம்ம இதுல midbrain நம்ம பார்க்கவே கிடையாது. So this is the false one. Then the next one, 25th question. So which answer is correct here? Before entering into the 25th question, let me say the correct answer எது பார்த்தா 24th க்கு second option, that is has arborvitae. No, we didn't came across. அத பத்தி நாம இங்க பார்க்கவே இல்ல. midbrainல இருக்குது அந்த cerebral aqueduct, அப்புறம் வந்து corpora quadrigemina. So option 2 தான் வந்து correct. 24th question. After the 25th question, then which of the following, we are moving to the last question of this test. Which of the following features is not related with pons? Pons pathina features illa, not related. Okay, so it forms the floor of brainstem. Yes, floor of brainstem. Brainstem comprises what? Pons, medulla and the midbrain. Yeah, it forms the floor of the brainstem. It serves as a neural link between different parts of the brain. Yes, it links. What is the main feature of pons? Function of pons? It is a coordinate. It connects all the different parts of the brain. Okay, interconnected. Then it can moderate the function of respiratory rhythm center, or it has a chemosensitive area for respiratory regulation. It can moderate the function of respiratory rhythm center. Respiratory rhythm center, who is that? The medulla. So it can moderate. Adukku medulla ku help pandradhu yaanu paatha the pons da. So the which is not related with pons, it has a chemosensitive area for regulation. So it has a chemosensitive area for respiratory regulation. No, the right option is here, the fourth one. clear? So, are you clear up to this? Clear up to all these questions, students? So, it was a nice time to have the question paper discussion with you. I hope you understand all. So, next session, thank you, students. Thank you all.